Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our presentation. Lelong.my is one of the largest e-commerce websites in Malaysia. It offers online shopping experience which supports not only consumer-to-consumer transaction but also business-to-consumer relationships. Offering various categories of products, Lelong.com allows customers to buy electronics, fashion, watches, cameras, books, and many more from various shopping stores and sellers in Malaysia. Our project was to improve its user experience. For this, we made a high-fidelity prototype using Wix. Our target users are adult and elderly people, those above 60. Through low-fidelity prototype we previously did before, we found out that users, mostly elderly and new users, find the original Lelong website pretty challenging to use. Therefore, based on the feedback from that testing, we made this high-fidelity prototype and usability test. Now my friend will discuss the next topic. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So for the scenario of our task is, suppose your phone get lost and you want to buy a new phone, for example iPhone 6. So we want you to first go to the electronics gadget page and perform the task given below. So we give 3 tasks. So task 1 is add iPhone 6 to your cart. So our interviewee go to the Lelong website to buy an iPhone 6 and he had trouble finding the products for the confusing of designing, and so he didn't get a cart and he didn't get any feedback. And then for our website, so he add the product and successfully, and then prototype give interview feedback, and then task 2 is view the cart. So the interview was successfully view the cart for the both website, for our website and also for the Lelong. And then task 3 is add a review of the product. So add a review of the product. The interview was asked to write a review, and then he went to our website and he find the review post, and then he wrote a review successfully. And then we ask a question and answer. So the question number 1 was, are you aware of the TAR prototype? So he said no. And then question number 2 is, have you ever used any e-commerce website before? He said yes, Lazada and Shopee he used before. And then question number 3 is, did you find any similarities between Lazada, Shopee and Lelong? He said yes, but he said to use Lelong is quite difficult compared to Lazada and Shopee. And then question number 4 was, after going through our prototype, what is the best thing you like and what is the worst thing you like about our prototype and also for the Lelong? So he said Lelong website was not easy to use, and the missing of feedback of products being added to cart. After switching our website, it was easy for him. And then question number 5 was, how much you would like to rate the website Lelong on a scale 1 to 10? So he said 6 out of 10. And then question number 6 was, how much you would like to rate our website on a scale of 1 to 10? He said 8 because it was easy to use and it was design was so clear.
Assalamu alaikum. So now I will talk about our second interviewee. So we put a code name about him. He's Michael Fa. So first I will discuss about the scenario. So as my friend mentioned before, that the scenario was we use actually same scenario for all of our interviews. The scenario was we asked the interview to buy a iPhone, to buy an iPhone from our website and also from the Lelong, our original website. So for the task 1, our interview said he tried to buy iPhone 6. Actually, it was iPhone 6, so buy from there, but he cannot add to cart add to cart the product. The problem was there wasn't enough storage of the phone, so they put the option for like contact seller. But our interviewer said that he's not feel okay to contact with the seller. He wants to do it directly. When come to our product, our prototype, it was all okay. So move to the next task. It was about when he do the add to cart. After that, he need to view the cart from the website. So for the both website, Lelong and our website, it was okay for him. He successfully done the work. And the last task was add a review of the product. Like after that, when he do the dummy checkout, after that, if he able to do the make a review of the product. So from our website, it was quite easy, and like he can easily find the option of review button or review section. But for the Lelong, he took some time, but he successfully do it. So now I will move to the question and answer part. So first question was are you aware of the prototype? So yeah, the interview said yes, I am aware of the prototype because he was one of our KICT student. So he already did it with his project, so he knows about it. Then second question was, have you ever used e-commerce website to buy products? The interviewer said yes, he used Lazada. So from the next, the part B of the question 2 was, did you find any similarities with Lazada to Lelong? So he said that as they both are e-commerce website, he found some similarities here and there. But the problem was in the Lelong was there was no add to cart button. This is the biggest drawback of the website, like a e-commerce website. So then number 3 was, after going through our prototype, what is the best and worst thing you like about it? So he mentioned about he first mentioned about the Lelong. He said he liked the design of the Lelong, but like it was more complex to understand. Like first time, if anybody come here and cannot find everything at ease, but about our website, it was actually it was okay about the design, but the functionalities and the find easy. The point were very straightforward, and he can easily manage to find what he wants. And the fourth question was, how much do you want to rate Lelong out of 10? He said he will rate Lelong 5 out of 10. And the last one was, how much do you want to rate our prototype? He said, okay, for our working and as we make our prototype like quite easy than the Lelong original website, he rated our website 10. So that was the finding from the interview 1. So now my friend Shafai will tell about the next interview. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. So I'm gonna talk about the third interview. For the third interview, we used the codename Rambo 3. So he was given 3 tasks based on the same scenario for all the interviews, that his phone was broken down or he had some problem, he has to buy a new phone. So the first task was add iPhone 6 to his cart. So for the first task, he was a bit confused to find the product in the Lelong website. He couldn't find it. Then he went for adding another item, another mobile phone for the product, and he added it to the cart. And for our prototype, he could easily add iPhone 6 to the cart. The second task was to view the cart. So for our prototype, he could easily perform the task, and for Lelong, he could also do it, but he had some problem for finding the cart option. And for the task 3, he was given to add a review for the product. For our prototype, he could easily find the writing review part, so he could easily write the review. But for Lelong, he was confused where is the option to write the review. But in the end, he could perform it. So based on the task, he was given questions, 6 questions. The first question he was asked, was he aware of the term prototype? He replied yes, he was aware of the term prototype. The second question was did he ever bought any item from any e-commerce website? He replied, yes, he did. Following with that, the third question he was asked, if yes, then did you find any similarities with that website to Lelong? His reply was, yes, some, but not much. The fourth question he was asked, after going through our prototype and Lelong's, what is the best thing you liked about both websites? For Lelong, he replied that it's reliable, and for our prototype, he said it was easier to access. Number 5, the question was, what is the part you didn't like for Lelong? He said for Lelong it's too congested for the products and everything, but our prototype would have been much better if there was a search bar. And for the final question, how much do you want to rate our prototype? He replied 8 because Lelong is more established in his point of view. So thank you, that's all from me. Assalamu alaikum.
So for the conclusion part, what's the average outcome of our project? That is that as we conducted 3 interviews, our target users were, as mentioned before. So the questions for the first task, users were given a scenario and they were asked to put the iPhone to the cart, and all of them faced trouble facing the product to the cart at first, but then they were able to do it some other product. For the task 2, we gave them an easy task that was to view the cart, because there was a problem with the Lelong that the users couldn't view the cart properly. So we gave them that task to view the cart. And for the third task, when the users were asked to place an iPhone in a prototype, they were able to do it in our prototype. They were able to do it without any delay. And the fourth task were for reviewing part, Tango and Mike were able to place a review in our prototype quickly, but Rambo took a little bit time, but eventually he did it. So for the questions part, in average, for the questions, are we aware of the term prototype? So 2 out of 3 interviews were knew the term prototype. One of them didn't, because he was some other previous students, so he didn't know before what was prototype, so we had to explain it. So second question was, have you ever used any e-commerce website before? And all of them said yes, they used it before. For the third question, if yes, then did you find any similarities with that website to Lelong? And they all answered that they found some similarities. For the fourth question, after going through our prototype and Lelong's, what is the best thing and you like and the worst thing you like? So all of them mentioned our prototype is easier to use and easier to access. In case of Lelong, they mentioned it is reliable and the design is pretty much good. And for the worst part, our prototype, for prototype 1 user suggested that to have a search bar. We couldn't do it because it's a prototype and we needed to code a lot. So for the search bar, we didn't do it. And other users suggested to organize the menu page, the menu bar. They were, not organized properly. So he suggested that we should organize them. For the sixth question, how much do you want to rate Lelong? So on average, Lelong scored 6 to 7. It's between 6 to 7, 6.5 maybe. And how much do you want to rate our prototype? We asked them, and they on average they answered that our prototype scored 8. That's all for the conclusion.